What is good, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a very upbeat, happy video. It's going to be a tough one, and I'm going to be talking about the roster change we just made recently with the Minnesota Rokkr. So as you guys know, in the CDL, there's 12 pro teams, 12 franchise teams. We represent the Minnesota team, and we were able to win a major last year and finish 4th at champs. So we had a really solid showing at the end of the year with the roster of myself, Priestess, Standy, and Major Maniac. Coming into this year, of course, we had high hopes because we put it together really well at the end, and we thought we can just keep carrying that momentum on into this year, apply what we learned into this game as like the teamwork aspect, the communication, and how well we knew each other, and just to improve really quickly and come out hot and find a lot of success early in the season. Unfortunately, as we know now, we haven't had the best of starts. I mean, we've got a couple wins here and there, but most of them have been pretty gritty wins and down to the wire. A lot of 0-2 comebacks, a lot of game 5 wins, around 11s. And then also the only time I think we had a dominant win was when we beat, when we beat LAG 3-0 at Major 1. And it's the only time our roster had a dominant win. And we're at stage 2 at the moment now. There's only 4 stages, and champs is the 5th tournament. So there's only 4 stages, and out of the 12 teams, only 8 make it into champs. So we are right now in danger of not making Call of Duty championships. We are in the 10th seed. We are 20 points behind the 2 teams tied in front of us. So we really just have to have a really good stage 3 and stage 4 major. But you get CDL points from the stage matches. So you play 5 matches for seeding, and every match you win, you get 10 CDL points. You go to the major, the higher you place there, the more CDL points you get. So we need to have a good stage 3 and stage 4 to make a good run to get into champs and qualify. But yeah, let's talk about the roster. So coming in, Major Maniac, he was the main AR. Priesta was the flex player. I was an SMG alongside Standy. The same roles how we had it in Cold War last year when we won, and we were playing really well at the end of the year. The thing is, with this game, it was hard for us to all get on the same page. I think a lot of us were just thinking of different ways to play the game, and when you're doing that as a team, it's just gonna mess everything up, because when you're not just staying on one page and trying to do something, even if it's not the most efficient or best way to play, odds are it's going to work because everyone knows what they're doing. They have the game plan. But when there's other people that want to do things one way, then others want to do things another way, it gets really confusing. And you can't put a consistent game plan together, and you're just going to struggle, especially when you play the top teams. You're going to see the struggles in hardpoint control and even in SND sometimes. Having a team that's all bought into the same system is really, really important. And we were just not able to find success so far this year. So I think it was time for a change. I mean, the whole community was calling for it, and our team knew, like, we're not in a good spot right now. And from practice, we weren't really seeing too many improvements with the roster. So it was just kind of like we were going to these matches. We still had full faith in each other and the team. We'd clutch up sometimes, but there just wasn't any consistency. Like, we'd go in and be like, are we going to fry this match, or are we going to get smoked? Are we going to play average? Like, we just didn't know. And usually when I'm on teams that I'm really comfortable with and know exactly what's going on, like how good we actually are playing from scrims and how we can translate it to the matches, I can kind of tell how we're going to play going into it. But it was just very inconsistent with this roster. I never knew. So after stage 2 or major 2, we went 2-3 in stage 2, ended up starting in losers bracket. And we played first round our home major, Optic Gaming or Optic Texas, and we lost to them 3-1, winning only the SND, but lost 2 hard points and a control. And we have probably the worst hard point, map 1. It's so bad that you kind of have to laugh it off. It's really embarrassing. We're like 1-14 or 1-13 in map 1 hard points. Map 4 hard points were like I think even, or maybe 1 positive or only 1 negative. So for some odd reason, we were better at map 4 hardpoint than map 1 hardpoint. I don't know why. It didn't. The maps don't change, but we just were. And after stage 2 and failing to do good there in front of our home crowd, it was really disappointing for me, and I'm sure it was very disappointing for everyone on the team, because I didn't even like. Of course, you always want to win, but I just wanted to at least win a couple matches for the home crowd, to give them something to cheer about. Win at least 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3 matches, just to go on a little run for them, because I'm sure they weren't expecting the most out of us just because of what was happening recently. But I wanted to give them a show and something to cheer for and kind of ride that momentum and see where it took us. So after we bombed out there, we had a week break, and then we got into the trials where we used like different combinations of teams. We had Havok who got brought in, so we're using different rosters and stuff. And when we brought Havok in, we immediately saw like an impact that he was making, and how like the plays he was making, and how like he thinks about this game, and he's just an overall really good player. So it was kind of like a lock for him on the team, because he's been the best Challengers player. He won like 7 of the Challengers events. He got top 6 at the Challengers Open. They lost like game 5 to, I think, the team that ended up winning it, or a team that I think so. I'm not really sure exactly. Don't quote me on that, but like they were a very competitive team. So Colt's a beast. And then Priesta was running an SMG for a little bit, and then also trying out a main AR. We felt having him on the main AR can really allow him to shine, because he does take a lot of chows. He's always running around getting cracked, wine, doing some crazy stuff. But having him in that main AR position kind of makes it controlled for him, I would say, where he kind of knows what he has to do. Go to a certain spot, lock this area of the map down, look over your teammates, give some good comms, because he's really good communication. And that's kind of our thought process with having Priest at the main AR. Standy as an SMG, I mean, Eli's been like the best SND player in this game so far. He had a couple of maps or matches where he wasn't playing up to Standy level. He wasn't doing bad by any means, but he wasn't playing up to Standy level from what we were seeing last year, and that's what everyone, I think, expects of him. But he's still a really good player and knows how to play the game. Mike, a very good SND mind, and he was like helping us make up strategies, shot calling in SND and stuff. But us four together, me, Priesta, Mike, and Eli, we just couldn't really get it in tune with each other and respawn. So it was just like, during these times in roster mania, there's never going to be a right or a wrong decision. It's just kind of have to, you're gonna have to see how it plays out, and you're gonna have to put that effort in every day and seeing how it works. But I mean, Mike is still an insanely talented player, one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. He's a great person outside of the game as well, super fun to hang out with, easy to work with, and just overall a very chill person. So these times always suck. It's like the worst part of our job, and the hardest part, because I mean, you build bonds with all these people, you travel the world, you make history, you win tournaments, you make money, and all this stuff. So many good memories. And then when shit gets rough like this, stuff happens. So I mean, it's just, Mike is still on the roster. He's still on the Rokkr. He's just currently on the inactive roster at the moment. So at any time we could bring him back in. So he's still a really good player, super talented, and a great player. And I wish him nothing but luck and success in the future. But right now, I feel like we just got to lock in with the team and really focus up for stage 3 and 4. Because the roster is myself, Standy, Havok, and Priesta. I will be the flex player. Preston will be the main. Colt and Havok and Standy will be the SMG players on the team. We think it gives us a little bit of an increased pace, because they all play pretty fast, and just upping the tempo of that, being able to trade and be really efficient with that, while bringing in Colt, who's a very good SND player. He's known for his SND, and he's just he's just making plays. He's a very good playmaker. So having him and Standy on the same team, Eli can make a play, then he can make a play. Preston and I can also make plays as well, and I will be sniping a lot, of course, as usual. And then a respawn, just making sure we put in the extra effort, because we really don't have that much time until the Pro-Am. We only have a couple days, and we had like 6 days of practice when the roster was officially announced. So we've been going hard in scrims, which have been going pretty well. I don't like to really talk about scrims too much and say like, oh, they've been going really well, because sometimes scrims go really well, but it doesn't apply to the match. And sometimes scrims don't go that good, but you fry in the match. So it's really inconsistent. I just always try to find the most consistent way for my team and myself to play, to make it easier for everyone. So when we're in the heat of the battle, people don't have to think about what they need to do. It's kind of already ingrained and in their minds. And right when they spawn up, they know exactly what they need to do, whether it's rotate, go to the hill, get a kill, trade with their teammates, whatever it may be. So that's just the goal right then. But yeah, I just kind of want to give you guys an update about myself and the team and how I'm feeling right now. I am feeling really confident going into the Pro-Am, and I think it's awesome because we have this Pro-Am, which is only for money. It's not for CDL points, but it's going to be great practice and really show us where we stack up amongst these other teams. Granted, we don't have that many days of practice, but I mean, no excuses. Like, we are putting in extra time after scrims, going over S&D, hardpoint control, and all that stuff before scrims and after even. So we got to be prepared, and we know how just how important this moment is, and how these next couple of months are. These next 2 months are the most important months in our careers to make it to champs. So we need to make it happen. We need to go hard, and I think everyone is bought in to do it. And I appreciate all of the support from all the organization, the friends, the family, the supporters for still showing us love and having our back no matter what, whether we're at the top whether we're at the bottom like right now. But I mean, we don't like being here and we want to give you guys something to cheer for and something to look forward to watching all these matches. So thank you guys all for watching this video if you made it to the end, and hopefully you're excited for us to turn the season around as much as we are, because we're gonna do everything in our power to make it happen. We'll see you guys at the stage 3 major and stage 4 major, and hopefully Call of Duty champs. But thank you all for watching, guys. I'll see y'all later, and as always, my name's Attach, and I'm out. Peace.